Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for video number 2 on your Wednesday afternoon, April the 10th, 2024. Thank you for watching right here on the official Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below on this channel and my other channels down below in the description box. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Excuse me. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell to turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Because if you do, well, you are pretty much SOL. And I think we all know that. Well, know what that means by now. But yeah, hit the bell so you don't miss anything. But turn on all notifications so hopefully YouTube can send my videos to you, and if not, then unsubscribe or resubscribe again, hit the bell again, hopefully you'll get them, and if you're still not getting them, then blame YouTube, don't blame me, I'm just trying to help, but if you miss anything, then just go back a video or 2, or 3, or more, who knows, but if you missed it, and I can't help you, but it is what it is, and that's that, and if you're new here, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride, and if not, get out of here! That's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it, like I said before. Alright. Bear with me, guys. I'm a little bit under the weather today. I've been up since like 5 o'clock in the morning. Because I had to get up. I had to take the wrestling cat to the vet for a little blood test. Came back, had a little nap, and then I got up, and then, now I'm pretty much, had a little lunch, and then I'm gonna have dinner in a few hours, and then watch Dynamite tonight. It's gonna be a very interesting Dynamite with the footage from All In, from the Bucks. Looks like it's gonna be real footage from what they've been teasing it. They're showing a little bitty parts of it on Twitter. I am very, very, very interested in this episode of Dynamite tonight. And I know WWE countered tonight, or today, with backstage for WrestleMania this year. So, I didn't watch it yet. I'm going to watch it probably later or tomorrow. So, we'll see what happens with that. And, yeah, we'll move on with that. But, so, watch Dynamite tonight. It's going to be interesting. Very interesting, and that's that. Also, you can also watch later on tonight, or whenever you want, my first video of the day, down below in the description box, on the Metal God 669 channel, my tribute to CJ Snare of the band Firehouse, who passed away this past Friday. Don't know the cause of death yet, but he did have abdominal surgery. He seemed like he was on the road to recovery and then gone. So I don't know if he had complications or he just died in his sleep. I don't know. Sometimes you have surgery and everything's going well, and then next thing, bang, you're out. I'm like I said, we don't know when our number's up. We don't have that thing above our head like the Nickelback video. I wish we did, but we don't. But when God calls us, He can call us at any time. He can call right now. But hopefully not now, but, But, when our number's up, we gotta go. It sucks, but, because some people might not be ready, but, gotta do what you gotta do. And, we got that. So check out the video. Link down below in the gobbledygook. And, that's pretty much it. Alright, really quickly, before we get to Dynamite tonight, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, video number 2 for your late and out-of-date NXT review for last night, April the 9th, 2024. And we are back at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. Alright, this is the aftermath of Stunned and Deliver. From this past Saturday, great event. New champion Roxanne Perez winning the NXT Women's Championship for the second time. Ilya Dragunov retaining against my cousin Tony D'Angelo. Trick Williams, Trick Winnie, Shamon, beating Melo. We'll get to that later. And a whole lot more. We got the Tag Team Championships on the line with the Wolf Dogs in a rematch from Stand and Deliver against A-Kid and Ben Frazier. And if Ben Frazier and A-Kid lose, they are not a team anymore. They break up, go bye-bye, so long, go by their separate ways. So we got that. And a whole lot more tonight, not tonight, well, that happened last night at Stand and Deliver. And we got tonight on, not tonight, I'm sorry, on NXT on this episode. Alright, so as always, our commentary team of the man with the creepy jacket and a lot of candy, Mr. Vic Joseph, and the man that smokes more fucking weed than you do, and that's a fact. And that's Booker T, sucker! And we got that. Alright, so we're all ready to go. Alright, so we start off with a long-as-fuck recap of Stand and Deliver with the winners and losers and everything else that happened that night. Alright, then we go inside we have a nice-looking shot going inside the Capitol Wrestling Center. It's a new era. We're getting a lot new stuff. New camera angles. No more of Kevin Dunn's bullshit cuts. Thank the Lord for that. I was hoping like a new entrance, like new set, new theme would be nice too. Hunter. But we'll see what happens with that later on. Probably, I think we'll get the new theme in October when NXT goes to the CW11. I don't know what day. A lot of people saying maybe Friday night, and then put SmackDown on Thursday night. Oh, that's gonna destroy Ring of Honor and TNA. Not that it gets any ratings anyway. But that really kind of kills the NXT AEW war that usually happens on a Tuesday night. But we'll see what happens when we get till fall. Long way to go. Alright, so after the recap, we go inside the Capitol Wrestling Center, and we start off with our first segment. We have the new NXT Women's Champion, my girl, Roxanne Perez, AJ Lee 2.0. She comes out looking amazing as always. She can't believe anyone is surprised because what happened on Saturday was justice being served. She saw the lassie from Ireland, Layla Valkyria's arm being banged up, took advantage of that. Smart. And Lyra said she was an honorable champion, but Roxy found it stupid. Too stupid. No one can take the title away from her, because the next time she loses the title is when she gives it up to go to Raw or SmackDown in a couple of weeks, which is the draft, April 26th, and then on SmackDown, and then April 29th on Raw. So she will be in the draft. Same with Ilya Dragunov. So we'll see what happens with that. So I think when we get to Spring Break-In, which is coming up on April 23rd and 30th, I think Ilya's going to lose his belt to Trick. I'll get to that in a second. And Lyra Valkyria is going to lose to... not Lyra, sorry. Roxy's going to lose to... don't know. Maybe Lola Vice? Remember, we'll see. We'll see in the next couple weeks who Lyra's next... I see saying Lyra. Roxy's next challenger will be. It might be a rematch with Lyra. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll get there. Alright, speaking of Lyra, she comes out with her arm in a sling, saying, I want my rematch, and I want it now. So Rox is like, no, of course you do. And then the creepy bitch, Tatum Paxley, next to Thea Hale, Tatum Paxley pops up out of the, the crowd area and says, you can't fight, you're not medically cleared. I'm gonna take your spot. So she sends Lyra into the steps, so she turns heel, the heinous act. And Basil's like, fuck you. So Rock's like, I guess I don't got a title match tonight. Right? Wrong. Natalya comes out when we saw on Raw that Rock's like, well, I'll see you on my show. So Natalya's like, well, I'm going to face you. I want my title match. And Rock's like, that sounds like a good idea. No. And then Ava Raine, the NXT general manager, comes in and says, Natalya, well, you're going to get your title match, and you're going to get it later on in the program. And I'm like, why are we giving title matches out to jobbers? Makes no freaking sense. And we thought this was a new era. My ass. But, yeah, we got Natalya and Roxy, and I don't give a fuck. That's that. Alright, so I gave the segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's pretty much it. And we're off and running with NXT, baby! That's it. Alright, then we see NXT Anonymous showing what we saw at after Stand and Deliver with Ben Frazier and A-Kid getting their final tag team title shot, and then Ava making it official. And they're with Kelly Kincaid, and Kelly's like, well, if you guys don't win, you're done as a tag team. So we'll see what happens with that. Basically, all or nothing tonight, on the program. So we got that. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get an interesting segment with Chase U! With Andre Chase, we have Thea Hale, the crazy bitch. Her somewhat so-called boyfriend, Riley Osborne's there. Mr. Chase is there. Duke Hudson. And a couple of students are there. Mr. Chase gives Kaylani Jordan and Fallon Don't Call Me to the Don Henley honorary degrees for their win at Stand and Deliver against JC Jane. And her group with, who did she take on? JC, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame. So they get honorary degrees for the win. Not bad, huh? Speaking of JC Jane, she comes in with the lovely Jasmine Nix. Oh, looking hot. So they come in, JC reveals why Chase U was in debt in the first place, and that's because Mr. Chase put a big, huge bet on Thea Hale to win the women's championship at the Great American Bash, where she lost to, I believe, Tiffy Tiff, and because Mr. Chase threw in the towel, and he's like, I cared about your health more than about the school. And then Thea's like, continue going on. I was like, if you hadn't been such a loser, the school wouldn't have been in so much debt to Tony D and company. So Thea's like, is that true, Mr. Chase? And Andre Chase's like, yes, it's true. And she's like, I don't have to take this. I'm out of here. So she leaves in a huff. Uh-oh. More trouble at Chase U. And the feud between Thea Hale and Chase U continues, and just ridiculous with JC Jane. And ridiculous. But it is what it is. But I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to our next match, a women's tag team match. Speaking of Fallon Henley and Kaylani Jordan, they team up to take on Kiana James, a resident accountant, and Izzy Dame, her best friend. So, is this our first match of the night? Yes, it is. First match of the night lasted 7 minutes. It's also with the heels jumping both of them to start, and then Kaylani comes back with a head scissors out of the corner to drop Kiana James. Izzy Dane comes in and gets, a sleeper for her effort. And then everything breaks down, and then the heels get sent to the outside. Kaylani hits a big slingshot on the outside. They go back in. Izzy takes over on Kaylani Jordan, and then Kiana James comes in for a little bit of offense on her own. And then Izzy Dane comes in, hits a running elbow for a near fall, and a flapjack for another near fall. Then we get the 1905 abdominal stretch, which doesn't really last long. And Kaylani rolls right over to Fallon Don't Call Me Don Henley for the hot tag. Picks up the pace. She hits a spinning superplex. Interesting. Puts Kiana down. And near the end of the match, Fallon Henley has to save Kaylani from a cheap shot from behind, I think by Izzy. But even with that, Fallon Henley walks right into the 401k. 1, 2, 3, Kiana James and Izzy Dane get the win in 7 minutes, exactly. And the match was meh. They gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say about that. We move on. Alright. Then we go to a video on a newcomer to the NXT brand, and that's 19-year-old Javon Evans. This guy is amazing. For a guy that's 19. The future is now, my friends. 19, you got Roxy at 22. You got a couple other, like Dia Hale's like in her 20s. All these people that are in their 20s are going to be, hopefully, in NXT or getting onto the main roster pretty soon. I mean, I think Tiffy Tiff's like in her 20s too. Not 22, but 22. But, So, I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. So, but great video for this newcomer, Javon Evans. So, he's got a match with Reggie coming up in a little bit. And, that's that. And then we see OTM all ready to deal with this young rookie. So we got that. So we'll see what happens in a little bit. Alright. Then we go to the back. We see the, Catch Point 3.0 of Damon Kemp, the Waterboy, Miles Bourne, and the Heritage Cup champion, Mr. Eagle, Charlie Dempsey's son, or Mr. Eagle's son, Charlie Dempsey, I should say. No Drew Gulak, not even on the Tron. Wow. That whole thing with Ronda Rousey really fucked him up. Gone. I don't know if he's released, but he's not in the video. He's not on the Tron. Oh boy. So anyway, they talk about Bloodsport, GCW Bloodsport over the weekend, which was, I saw some of it. It was pretty damn good. Shayna Baszler beat the fuck out of Masha Slamovich. That match was crazy. And then we saw Charlie Dempsey appear out of nowhere. I'm like, what is he doing here? But that was a pretty good show. So like GCW's, and we saw Stephanie with, I think we saw Stephanie with the GCW owner, and they might be working together. God forbid we get Nick fucking Gage and Maki Ito motherfucker in WWE or NXT. That will be strange. Imagine, like, Nick Gage versus, I don't know, some guy. Some guy that's hardcore. Like Joe Gacy. That'd be nice. CCW style. Oh boy, we go there. Maybe someone like Dijak against Nick fucking Gage. Bring out those light tubes and bring out the blood. Boy. I would love to see that, but... So yeah, I mean, WWE, Stephanie and Brett Lauderdale from GCW, had a little meet up, and we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to Javon Evans and Reggie with the rest of OTM at ringside. The Boricua Gangsters and Jada Parker. Nice little fun 4.5 minute match. And like I said, Javon Evans is 19 years old. This guy, like, runs at the speed of light, almost like Ben Frazier and A-Kid, but he's like 19. He is great. I was very impressed with this guy. Very impressive. Right, Darth Vader? Yeah. So, good back and forth match, lots of flippy dippity doos. Nice fucking Gilmore cutter. Bang! By Evans, gets a near fall. Scripps goes to the outside. Evans hits a big flippy dippity doo on him. Sends him back in. Kicks Reggie down. Then sets up a springboard spinning splash. Nice. almost like a corkscrew, springboard corkscrew splash. And 1, 2, 3, Javon Evans, who's been really kicking ass on NXT Level Up. Not that I watched the show, but I've heard about this guy. And I did some research. I did see some of his matches on Level Up to get acquainted with him. But he is fabulous. Great. He is great, and he's going to be a big, huge star for NXT. And I wouldn't put it past they give him the NXT North American title by the end of the year. Slow and steady. But we'll see what happens with that. But great win for Javon, and I gave the match 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we get a look back at Ridge Holland on the broadcasting team attacking Joe Gacy at Stand Deliver kickoff show. And then we see Ridge in the back near going out the parking lot, the gridded parking lot. And Kelly Kincaid goes up to him and says, "What the hell did you do that for?" So Ridge's like, "I lost it, my mind's not with me anymore." And then we see Joe Gacy pop in and starts mocking Ridge for his career falling apart. Like, "Oh yeah, retirement my ass." So he goes away. And then the LWO of Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza come in and say, "We don't buy this apology crap, this fake retirement bullshit." So then Ridge's like, "I'm out of here." Walks by Joaquin Wilde and then slams the door on Raul Mendoza's arm. Ow! And then someone's like, "Get the medic!" So then next week, we got Ridge Holland and Joaquin Wilde one-on-one. Great! We got that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to Roxy defending her women's title against Natalya. It was an okay match, 11.5-minute match. Back and forth they went. Natalya goes for the sharpshooter, gets broken up. They trade rollers for a near fall. Then Roxy locks in the crossface, but that don't work. Natalya blocks Pop Rocks, sets up the sharpshooter, and then Roxy makes it over to the ropes. And then while the referee is trying to push Natalya back, and then Lola Vice comes out of nowhere with a cheap shot on Natalya. And then Roxy hits Pop Rocks 1, 2, 3 to retain her title in 11.5 minutes. And that's it. We move on with that. Alright, then we go to the locker room where the Wolf Dogs, the NXT Tag Team Champions of Braun Breaker and Baron Stormy Corbin, they still can't agree if they're a good team, but right now they seem like the team is working. They're the champs. Hey, you could be the crappiest tag team in the world, win the belt, and still be the crappiest tag team in the world. Go figure. But it is what it is. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the women's locker room where we see the beautiful Ariana Grace talking to I thought it was Carmen Petrovich, but it's Sol Ruka. And it says, "I'm tired of waiting for my chance, so I'm gonna make my chance by myself." So she's gonna make her own opportunity, I guess. And then kind of briefly mention Georgina, meaning Gigi Dolan, her minion. We haven't seen her in a while, so I don't know what's going on with that little storyline. But anyway, did I say? Oh yeah, I skipped over. I'm sorry. I'll get to that in a second. Before we get to that, we go see Lola Vice saying she's tired of waiting for her chance, so she made it herself, meaning what she did to Natalya. Speaking of Natalya, she comes out of nowhere and jumps her from behind. We have a cat fight! And that gets broken up. And then next week, we got Lola Vice and Natalya. Boring! And that's pretty much it. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright. Okay. Notification. Anyway. Alright, so we get to our next match. A tag team match between the family, Tony D's family of Channing Lorenzo Stacks and the consigliere, Mr. Luca Crucifino, along with the beautiful Adriana Rizzo at ringside. They take on 2 members of Catchpoint 3.0, and that is Damon Kemp and Miles Bourne in a boring as fuck 4-minute match. Back and forth they went. Charlie Dempsey was at ringside, kind of got involved a little bit. Right near the end, he gets brought back inside to distract the referee, and then out of nowhere, the family hits the shatter machine. What? On Damon Kemp. 1, 2, 3, in 4 minutes, they get the win. I'm like, wait, did you just use the shatter machine? What? Oh, did I tweet Dax Hardwood that? He didn't get back to me, but I was like, hey Dax, what do you think of, that, I don't think he was pleased with that. Stax and Lucas said, fuck the revival, basically. We get that. Match was 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, after that, we get the big man. The Alpha Male 2.0, the man from the Serengeti, the North American champion, still the North American champion, that is the big man, Oba Wakanda Forever, Femi. So he cuts a promo saying that while Dijak and Josh Briggs, who broke 2 ribs, he's going to be out for a while. So, even though those 2 guys are tough, my dominance was inevitable. And then the next thing we know, we hear the music of the Viking Raiders, and Ivar comes out in tight jeans and a shirt. I'm like, what's your makeup, dude? He basically looked like Hanson from War Machine, without all the get-up and the shit. I'm like, is this Ring of Honor? What is this? It's weird seeing Ivar like that. Anyway, so Ivar comes out, says, I love seeing, you and Briggs and Dijak beating the crap out of each other over the belt, and that's the type of fight that I'm looking for. So Ivar says, I want to fight because I know I can chop you down there, Oba, and take that belt. So Oba's like, oh, you want a match? You got a match. And then they start a fight, and Ivar beats the crap out of him. I'm like, wow. So we're going to get Ivar and Oba probably at Spring Break-In in 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. It's a 2-night event, by the way, for the North American title. Not that Ivar's going to win, but he just sent him down to NXT to have a big beefy man slapping meat match with the big man Oba. Take my money. That's great. So this segment I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to the back, where we have Metaphor, Noam Dar, Ora Menza, and the lovely Ebony Hotties, Jakarta Jackson, and Lash Legend. Get shit done! Oh, man, would I love to be the cream in that Oreo sandwich. But I digress. Anyway, so they're there, bragging about their hosting prowess at Stand and Deliver, and then Dominic Dijak comes in, for no apparent reason, complains about their recent skit. I don't even know what skit that was. And basically gives Noam Dar and them a warning, and in turn, we get a match next week on the program, Dijak versus Noam Dar. I'm like, why? Noam Dar's about to get his ass handed to him, and that's sad. But, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go back to women's action. So we go to Jada Parker. So she's in our next match against the resident cheerleader, Brinley Reese, who comes out with the Job Squad, Idris Enofe, and Malik Blade. The Weekwood Gangsters are there. Lucius Price and the other guy. I can't think of his name. Anyway, the OTM is there with Reggie again. So anyway, there's a match under 8 minutes. Parker gets the win after a spine buster. Then they get back up. Parker hits a running hip attack to the face out of nowhere, almost like the rear view from Naomi. 1, 2, 3. Wait, quick count there, ref. Anyway, so Jada Parker gets the win in under 8 minutes. And the match was 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, after that, like I said, I skipped ahead. Ariana Grace tells Sol Ruka that she's almost ready to unveil Georgina Dolan, or that's what she called it, Gigi Dolan's new look. But then Lola Vice comes in, starts ranting, after Ariana's like, I'm out of here, I'm gonna go see about that. So Sol Ruka and Lola Vice talk, and Lola's going on a humongous rant, and Sol Ruka doesn't really think much of that, and then Lola's like, pendeja, stuff like that. And we move on with that. So we move on with that. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to your main event of the evening for the tag team titles. Ben Frazier and Axiom in a rematch with the Wolf Dogs, Baron Strowman Corbin, and Braun Breaker. And just like the match at Stand and Deliver, this was pretty damn good. Back and forth they went, a little over 11 and a half minutes. But we get near the end, and, A-Kid and Ben Frazier did everything they could to get those belts, and Braun and Baron, somehow were still in the match. Axiom hit the golden ratio on Braun Breaker. That doesn't really keep Braun down for long. Breaker hits that wicked spear of his, almost hit his partner. And he's like, whoa, I didn't mean it. And then A-Kid comes out of nowhere, knocks them into each other. So Corbin gets hit with a golden ratio, and he gets knocked out. And then Braun gets hit, and then Ben Frazier goes up top, hits the 450 splash, hits the Phoenix Mercury. 1, 2, 3, we have new NXT Tag Team Champions in Ben Frazier and A-Kid. They did it. So they're the new champs, and now Braun Breaker, who cut a promo after the match, which we didn't see, was exclusive. He gave a heartfelt goodbye to the NXT Universe. So he's going to be on SmackDown, most likely SmackDown. So go crazy. Give him the U.S. title, please. At least give him the U.S. title. If not, the world title. Cody versus Braun? I don't know about that. That might be too much for Cody, but we'll see what happens with that when we get there. But great match. I think Baron Corbin might go to Raw, but what's he going to do? I would have kept him as a tag team on SmackDown. Go for the SmackDown tag team belts. Ideas! I got ideas for the draft. I wish Hunter would call me up. I got ideas galore. But it is what it is. Alright, after the match, the champs celebrate. And then the final testament come into NXT. The AOP, the Ultimate Pain, Akam and Razor come in. Killer Cross and Scarlett come back to NXT. And they beat the crap out of the champs. So it looks like the Ultimate Pain will get their title shot against Ben Frazier and A-Kid. I think they're going to win. So it might be a transitional title reign for, Ben Frazier and A-Kid. But yeah, so Killer Cross's team faction, after losing to Bobby Lashley Pride at WrestleMania, they get sent down to freaking NXT. Because basically got nothing for him on the main roster right now. Killer Cross is back down to NXT. They'll just put people over, maybe. AOP, probably the same thing. Maybe win the NXT Tag Team belts back. Now they got Paul Ellering back. That's great. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. That's that. Alright, then we get not a recap. We get a look at what's coming next week on the program. And that's it. Then we go to your final segment of the night. Trick Willie! He comes out and he's gonna whoop that trick! What? Whoop that trick! I like it! Whoop that trick! Oh yeah, man! Alright, Booker T, stop. Calm down. That guy needs to calm down. Come on! Okay. Anyway, so Trick Willie, he's in the ring, gloats about his win over Carmelo at Stand and Deliver. He's happy for the win, but there's no Carmelo right now. And he might not agree with Carmelo, but Carmelo is him. Him. And that's why he had to show Carmelo who Trick Willie is. But now we need to know what's next for Trick Willie, and that is going to be winning the NXT World Title by defeating Ilya Dragunov in Ilya vs. Trick 3. So, on cue, the champ comes out after having a nice win over Shinsuke Nakamura on Raw. So he comes out, praises Trick for success and charisma, and he's exactly what NXT needs going into the new era. But Trick says, me and you need to go one more time for the NXT title. So it was like, oh, that's a hard no. Because you already had your shot twice and you lost. So Trick's like, I can go with that. And he's like, who do I gotta beat to get a title shot around here? So it was like, okay, I'll give you your title shot in 2 weeks at Spring Break-In, but if you lose, you're out of NXT. Bye-bye, so long, farewell, you cannot come back under a mask or anything like that. So he's the loser, basically, Trick loses, he's out of NXT. So, I guess we all know Trick is winning the belt. Obviously. But we'll see. So, Trick says, I'm in. So, Dragunov goes to leave, and then Carmelo Hayes comes out of nowhere, jumps Trick from behind, who knocks into Ilya, knocks him down, and then Carmelo just beats the crap out of him, and then says, I'm not done with you yet, Trick! Next week, me, you, rematch in a steel cage, brother! I'm like, oh boy. So Trick has to win to get to that match with Ilya. And I was thinking, ooh, we're gonna get a triple threat match? We'll see. But I think Trick will win next week in the cage, and then go on to Spring Break-In the week after that, beat Ilya, because I think Ilya's going to be drafted on probably on Raw or SmackDown. So, Ilya will be on Raw or SmackDown in the draft. He'll get drafted, and Trick Willie will be the NXT World Champion going forward. How long he's going to hold it, I don't know. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get Trick versus Melo 3, really, for the NXT World title. And that'll be probably the end of it. I think Trick will win again for the 3rd time in a row. But we'll have to see what happens with that when we get there. Alright, so that segment was pretty good, and I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that ends NXT for this week. And I thought it was a pretty good show, and I gave it a solid 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below. In the comments down below, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button on this channel and my other channels as well down below. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video, which will probably be maybe later, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We have to see what's going on. I'm a little bit busy going into this weekend, so I'm going to try to get as much videos as I can this weekend. So I got a lot of stuff coming. I mean, Saturday night, I will not even be around. I'm not even going to watch Collision Saturday night. Maybe later Saturday night when I get back. And I'll try to do my Collision review on Sunday if I can, but we'll see what happens with that. So the videos, I might skip a couple reviews this week. Not Dynamite. As far as Ring of Honor TNA, I might skip that again for this week. And then SmackDown and Rampage, maybe Battle of Belts and Collision, I'll combine on the Peter Joseph channel. So we got that. On the Killer Demons channel. So we got that. And we move on with that. Alright. I gotta go, guys. Thanks for watching. And until next time, if you're not down with that, well, fuck you, man. And that's pretty much it. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Until next time. Peace.